Hey, it's syndicated radio talk show host, author, singer Al Cole, welcoming you to another edition of People of Distinction, the talk that gives an in-depth view of some of the most dynamic, intelligent, and successful people on the planet. I come from CBS Radio. My shows are nationally syndicated, and I've helped pave the way to treating women, guys too, with the dignity that they deserve. And I do that through very dignified networks out there, including the biggest airing CBS shows, and that's Apple's iTunes radio network. Under their professional news talk division, they air CBS shows, Fox News, BBC, NPR, C-SPAN as well. Hey, some of the best talk in the country around the world on Apple's iTunes radio network under News Talk. And I want you to visit my website as well, peopleofdistinction.org. You can hear my Apple streams through my website. You can hear a lot of celebrity interviews as well. And you can also see some of my alliances with people like Ariana Huffington, the founder of the Huffington Post, and her Thrive Global Network that draws millions, and other things that I'm doing, including being a media consultant. Coming up, a lady that you're going to love. Her name is Reverend Dr. Linda Coff. And she's going to be talking about our human family with a wonderful book that she has, including many wonderful books. This is one we're going to be talking about today. Immortality Now and Forever. Okay, so it just starts that way. Haven't even given you the subtitle yet. But even within that, immortality. Well, now and forever is immortality. Immortality means that you don't have to die. Death is one of the imperiling aspects of life. We know that. We're going to get into a little bit of that, too. Now, is death really an illusion? Death is real to our reality here on Earth. But is our reality here on Earth nothing but a partial illusion of what is to come? And actually, what is? Paradoxical stuff. Gonna explain here. Subtitle, How to live forever in your divine body of light. Light being a great term here. You put it all together. This is her book. Immortality Now and Forever. How to live forever in your divine body of light. Get it, people? We're talking spirituality right now. And we're very well versed in that on People of Distinction. Most of my guests are people who are spiritual, talk about spiritual considerations, talk about how their work helps to elevate our human family. Even if they're not really talking from a spiritual point of view, they could be talking about education, they could be talking about medicine, they could be talking about so many other aspects of life that relate to what they love about life. Now we're going to be talking about love. Do you realize, people, this earth that we live on and live in is not necessarily conducive all the time to love. We know that. And the biggest love aspect probably is when we're first born and that baby, that was you, comes out and looks around and says, wow, I'm here, I made it, I'm alive. Greatest blessing in the world, just to be alive at all. And that baby, again, that was you, we're all born babies, looks around with love-colored glasses and says, I love this. I want to contribute to the love of life itself. And I'm so grateful, underscore that word, that I was brought into this beautiful adventure with life. And I just see beautiful light all around. Yeah, white light. We've heard of that. That beautiful light energy, which is love energy, that baby is endowed with. That is your natural endowment with the divine body of light. Get it? It's an actual body, even though it might be a see-through body. It's not the same as our corporeal body here on Earth. It's a different sort of body, and it's light-filled. And now we're thrown into this Earth where we hear no a lot, probably more than yes. We're not validated with that body of light too much. And then the competition comes in school and the process of elimination, and then we're out in that cold, cruel world having to make a living while we're trying to live life. And we're saying, well, I don't get it. Gee, I used to be so happy. I used to look to the clouds and everything, and I used to see wonder in this world. And I used to appreciate nature. And now it's only on the weekends, but only a little bit on the weekends. And now the things that I have to do to make a living are interfering with my living of life. It's interfering with my love energy. Reverend Dr. Linda Coff is going to be talking about love energy as that body of light. Very important consideration here, people. Love. If we live in a world that is not based on garnering, nurturing love, especially with two individuals who say that they love each other and they get married, and now they're spouses, but they rarely see each other? Hey, the nature of love is to share love, to be in love with that love, and to live primarily within that love. But Earth does not offer that. And that's why Reverend Dr. Linda Coff says that one of the pivotal things that she wants to get out to you, my listening audience today, that I am in this earth, but not of it, not of the earth. And that I is not only Reverend Dr. Linda, it's everybody. We are in this earth, but we're not necessarily of this earth. And the transcending of this earth it's a necessary process of now making this earth a part of love. And as we do that, we're interplanetary. And we're exploring the universe. And we're all over the place of love. So we're going to let her talk about it. But I want you to stick around because I know that this is a People of Distinction interview that you're going to love, people. It goes out to you, my listening audience. And you can order this book, Immortality Now and Forever, on Amazon.com. I want you to run to her website as well, Rev. Dr. Linda Coff, C-O-F-F. And, you can order it there. That's how you spell Decoff, D-E-C-O-F-F. And I'll repeat it, www.rev, R-E-V, Dr. G-R, lindadecoff.com. And visit her Facebook site, too. Very inspiring. Facebook.com/the Rev. Dr. Linda Coff. Whoa, love that. Welcome, Linda, to People of Distinction with Al Cole. It's a pleasure to have you on today. How are you?
Well, thank you for having me on, Al. I'm doing great.
And we're going to talk about the greatness of the human consciousness here with Immortality Now and Forever in the way that you want to talk about it. So now the spotlight is on you. Tell us a little bit about your book and why you wrote it.
Yes. Well, the purpose in writing this book is, well, actually I have to go back to around the turn of the millennium, around 1999, 2000. I've been speaking and teaching for quite a long time on metaphysics and eternal truth, and in imparting that to others, I suddenly got not quite, but it came together all at once in my mind, a picture of the next stage of evolution for all of humanity and the individual. And, and the picture that came was, specific to every single area of life, emotional, mental, spiritual, and then how to apply in the most important areas of concern that people have. Their money, their love life, their romances, their friendships, their longevity, all of the basic issues that people grapple with, as you said, every day. And this vision came to me, and so the first book of this 10-book series is Bridge of the Gods, which gives a overall picture of evolution. How do you rise up emotionally, mentally, spiritually, physically to the next stage, continuing into that those key words, love and light, to be the love and light that you are in essence. And so then there are several books that cover divine romance, living the miracle consciousness, contemplations on the Word of God, mysticism and divine healing, and then the culmination of the seventh book is Immortality Now and Forever, how to live forever in your divine body of light. And the realization that came to me and what I want to impart to people is when you live from the consciousness of your immortal self, then you have the power to transcend, to overcome, to be in this earth but not of it, always aware of your divine origins, your limitless self that you have access to all the time, the one that knows the way of overcoming, of manifesting, of creating, of living in joy, living liberty, free of circumstances, events, ideas that maybe other people have about you or that you hold yourself. At some point in evolution, we have to get off, I'm just this experience that I'm having here now, I'm just dust and, and that's all that there is to me. But to realize the animating power of life is spirit. If you depart your consciousness, your spirit, the intangible, but the power of your life departs your body, will body get up and walk and talk? I think not. So there is something. We are the thinker thinking, as Descartes or any of the great philosophers throughout time will tell you, because truth never changes. But when it's so impactful is to realize that this is not all there is. This is we want to do very well with our experience here on Earth. We've come in, so to speak, to bring those gifts of spirit that we are, to exercise them through our experiences and so on, and to be the victory of the divine spirit that we are.
And if you will, indulge me, I'm going to insert this. You mentioned Descartes. I think a lot of my listeners might not even be aware of Descartes. I am, because I'm a student of philosophy. I'm a philosopher.
Yes.
And René Descartes was a French philosopher, people. You probably know this phrase, I think, therefore I am. I think a lot of people would have heard that, not probably attributed to René Descartes. And in this discussion, we can maybe reinsert some words here. Not so much I think, therefore I am, but maybe I love, therefore I am as well. Not necessarily saying I think, therefore I am is incorrect. It's not incorrect at all. But how about if we talk about I love, therefore I am? You mentioned living in joy earlier. Living in joy is partially, maybe fully, accepting the nature of love within. Is it not, Dr. Linda?
It is. And, it's known that this universe is run by laws and principles, by the unseen hand. And when a human life comes in alignment with every principle, is a manifestation of divine love, like the law of attraction. That is a manifestation out there, whether you're talking about, magnets or people, it doesn't matter. Every principle we would see that operates this universe is that harmonic principle of divine love in action. So when the human being incorporates love, consciously works to incorporate divine love, the essence into every thought, every action, every area of life, every area of concern, they have the power of transcendence. They become one with this universal harmony, and everything begins to move in a constructive, miraculous, a lot of the time, transcendent manner for that person, because they have accomplished the major law of the universe, which is love. So say that love and law working together produce the highest state of being. And, when Jesus said, I am, he who looks upon me sees the Father, he says, where is your Father?
Yeah.
And he says, he who looks upon me sees the Father, meaning the Father is within, the great cause of life and love itself, and every name that was ever the name of love. Joy, courage, peace, all the names of many names of love are embodied, within that the Father is within me, meaning the animating force of our life, each individual on this plane is of the original power, the animating power. So when we become harmonious, become like it is, consciously striving to become love and all the many names of the divine attributes in our lives, the river of light pours into our lives. We actually physically have a chemical change within our physical structure. And this is because we are immortal now. You are immortal now as you ever will be. You're not going to be immortal sometime later. You are it now. So the point is that you want to be, by applying this love consciously in the ways of love to relationships and in your nitty-gritty, your everyday world, from small to large, and the other many divine attributes, by practicing them, you become this body of light, which is your source within. That flame increases, and the stuff, the carbon of our negative thoughts and so on, all of this leaves our body, and our body is actually transforming along with our thought, along with our actions, along with what we are knowing to be true about ourselves. So it is quite a feat of spiritual independence to rise above what they are saying, what they are doing, et cetera, and to lose that confusion and to be able to be in the midst of it, in the midst of circumstances, yet centered within, knowing that you are this light and this love of God manifest on this plane, and you're here to be that and distribute that through your life experiences, distribute that divine lifting energy throughout your experience.
Absolutely.
So
now, again, I'm going to break in here because we want to try to sell a book or two for you as well. Immortality Now and Forever, How to Live Forever in Your Divine Body of Light. Our special guest who wrote the book, Reverend Dr. Linda de Coff, and it's available to you on Amazon.com. Also, go to her website, drlindadecoff.com. It's actually REVDR, lindadecoff.com. And you can check her out on Facebook, too. Facebook.com/TheRev, Dr. Linda de Coff.